What's going on, guys? It's Duran here from Sunrise Gaming. Welcome back to another episode of Overwatch Overtime. Today I am joined by Lax. We're going to be talking about topics from this week. A lot of new stuff happening with the season change and the new skins and the anniversary of it. We're going to break it all down for you. It's going to be great. A couple of things I should mention beforehand. This is not a gameplay video. This is not anything for you to really watch. This is something to listen to. This is a podcast. If you want to put us in the background, we're just going to be rambling on about Overwatch and what's been going on. There is going to be no gameplay in the background, so don't expect anything to watch. You might see a couple pictures we put up randomly. To start with, Lax, how are you today?
Doing pretty good, man. How about you?
Doing good. You have a good week in Overwatch?
Yeah, it was good. We've moved up a little bit, trying to make the climb work, but a vast gold is a very deep pit to get out of.
Yes, it is. I felt like every match we played, we'd win one, we'd lose one, we'd win two, we'd lose three in a row.
Yeah,
You know,
it was all over the place.
it's definitely all over the place. But would you say this week has been an interesting week for Overwatch?
I think so. A lot of new stuff has come out, especially with the anniversary event. Like it's exciting, but at the same time, like I don't know. It's interesting stuff.
Well, let's go ahead and let's make that our first topic, the anniversary event, which
All right.
launched
Yeah.
officially on Tuesday. It is the
hmm
1 year anniversary of Overwatch. There's a bunch of new skins, voice lines, memes, and all kinds of cool stuff. What's your favorite skin from the loot boxes?
I have to go with either the Hanzo skin because it looks just badass, or the Lucio skin, which is just amazing.
The one where he looks like Bruno Mars.
He looks like Bruno Mars. It's great. I love it so much. I packed it. I was so happy.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, earlier today. I was playing a little bit and I got it. It was pretty great.
You're gonna have that skin for life, aren't you?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Unless a better one comes out, which I doubt it, that's gonna be pretty much the only thing I'm running.
Gotcha. And I had to say my favorite would probably, like, for texture wise, like the way it looks, I would have to go with Symmetra. It is hands down one of the
Yeah,
best skins I've ever seen in any game ever.
I think that's a very strong statement. I mean, we all know my opinions on Symmetra, but that is a damn good skin.
I
Like
gotta say,
holy crap.
I was playing a little quick play earlier today, and this guy was Symmetra main, and he got play of the game, of course, and
Yeah.
seeing that skin in the play of the game in high def was really cool. I watched the whole
Yeah.
thing. Um,
Oh yeah.
but my favorite would probably have to agree with you would be the Hanzo skin. It's just,
Yeah,
you can't
that's
beat
just
that.
cool.
If you guys
It's
haven't
just
already,
straight up badass.
yeah, if you guys haven't already checked it out, please update the latest patch for Overwatch and check out all the new skins. There's every character got a dance emote. Some are funny, some are not.
Some are great.
Reinhardt,
Reinhardt's is the best.
Reinhardt's is the best. He does a slow
Easily.
waltz with his hammer.
It's his hammer. It's the
It's
greatest thing ever. I want that so badly.
He like leans. Did you see the end of the emote?
Yeah,
He like
the
rubs the side of the hammer and
yeah.
like, gives it a kiss. Like,
It's so great. I love it so much.
oh my god, he's so funny.
Oh,
So
I
funny.
love that man.
So, and then of course they've added the new stuff to the arena modes, the 1v1 and 3v3 eliminations where you can lock
Yep.
heroes out and stuff.
I
Um,
like the. Let's talk about the 3v3 for a second because I played it the other day just to get the loot boxes, and the cool thing that they added with the 3v3 is if like you get down to like 1v1 or 2v1 or something, it reveals like a control zone that you have to capture, right?
Ooh,
Oh, you do you not know about that?
I have not played it yet.
Okay, well I recommend it. It's actually kind of fun. The people in the community that play it are kind of annoying, but that's just because they all think they're amazing, you know.
They're
Um,
probably old arena players
but
from World of Warcraft or
yeah,
something.
yeah, exactly. But anyways, so let's say you're playing let's say you're playing 3v3 and you end up going you kill one, they kill one of yours, you kill one, they kill one of theirs, and it's 1v1. And so you're both kind of running around trying to avoid each other because like let's say it's like two widows or something, and you're both like at opposite ends trying to snipe each other and it's just not working. Like neither one can get a good hit. And there's no like healing points on the map, but after a certain amount of time, I'm not exactly sure the amount of time, but after a certain amount of time, a control point in the center of the map will come out, and if whoever takes that control point will win the game. So you don't have to win by killing the whole team, you just have to take that control point. Now, what that really does is just forces people to fight inside that area or else they forfeit the game pretty much. So
Right.
that keeps people, like let's say you're a tracer that's on like 10 health from like staying in the corner and just ignoring the person that they're fighting. Um, so I think that's really good. That makes 3v3 actually kind of fun now. I didn't play it much beforehand because it was like,
Everybody
but
ran May. What was it? May,
yeah,
Hog, Anna. Like,
yeah.
yeah,
And then yeah, and they add the lockout feature. If you win with a certain if you win with certain characters, you can't use those again, which I think is fantastic.
that's
Like it
fantastic.
actually makes like you have to bring in strategy for 3v3 and like you have to be able to adapt. I think it's actually like a pretty good game mode.
Yeah, it's really come a long way from its initial releases, where everything was just broken. So this is
Yeah.
definitely a move in the right direction. Um, okay, so we pretty much covered the anniversary event. If you haven't checked it out, definitely go check it out. It's worth it. We kind of talked about this in our last podcast. Let's go ahead and just wrap it up here. Season 4 comes to an end in 2 or 3 days,
Yeah,
and
two
then
days.
Season 5 is about to kick off. God, this is the 5th season of Overwatch. Can you
Yeah,
believe it?
that's crazy. I mean, I've only been playing for like the last two, but still, it's pretty insane.
It's crazy how far. I can't believe the game's made it into 5 seasons of competitive play already, and we're not going to have
Hmm.
a lot of downtime this go around.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. It's gonna be a quick turnaround.
I'll be able to jump back in because I can only put up with so much quick play shenanigans as I can.
Hmm. I agree.
I agree. Before we start talking about speculation and future stuff, there's 3 characters I want to talk about real quick that got some
Hmm.
recent changes. Let's first talk about Widowmaker with her new changes. What do you think of them?
What were her changes?
So now whenever she participates in an elimination, her hook automatically resets.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and her
Oh damn!
spider
I
bomb
didn't know.
resets too. Every time she participates in a kill, they reset.
Hmm.
And there's something else with her ultimate. Her ultimate's still useless, but you know,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's.
it's good on defense, but that's about it. What do you think about with the hook? Do you think that's a good move
I mean,
with her?
oh yeah, that's a great move. I think. I was thinking that they might want to slightly increase her ability, whether it's survivability or lethality. But we already know she's lethal. You just have to have the skills to do it.
All right.
So the problem was she can just be dove. She can be countered so easily. You can bring a Diva, you can bring a Winston just as tanks, or you can bring a Genji or a Tracer if she can get to her. So all these different heroes that counter her fairly easily. So I think that's actually really good. It's going to force players to actually be good at her in order to survive. You have to get the pick and then you get out of there.
Yep.
Um, but I think it's a good change. What do you think?
No, yeah, definitely. It's a big improvement. We'll probably see a couple more Widowmakers playing in competitive now, but
Of course.
well, they don't hit their shots. They're not gonna get their hooks. So,
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting. So let's talk about Hanzo and Reaper both getting some tune-ups.
Yeah.
Let's go about Hanzo first. You can now run if you queue up an arrow. You can run up a wall, and the arrow's already charged when you come off the wall. Do you
We're
think that just makes him even better?
we're gonna start seeing him on attack a lot more at the higher levels. I don't know if at the lower levels if you're gonna see people really trusting Hanzo that much, but at the higher levels you're definitely gonna see him a lot more. I think
Yeah, because he's
because
a
that's
quick
oh
draw.
man, yeah. Like I'm just thinking like Hanamura. Like if you don't take him on attack, that's gonna be so hard to take because you can just get up there and get a quick pick. You have to be good. You have to know what you're doing,
Yep.
but you can ready it up. You can put your Ryan in the choke kind of as a distraction, and then run up the wall, pick somebody off, and then initiate. Like that's going
Hmm.
to be interesting. And then that's applicable to a lot of other scenarios too on attacking. I don't think it's going to help his case on defense very much, but on attack, I think that's going to help out a lot.
It'd probably make him a better duelist as well too.
Yeah, because he's going to be able to jump behind a wall, ready up, and then come back into the fight pretty quickly. Because like he's like Genji, where he can like midair like get onto the wall and like escape pretty quickly, and then jump right back in. So yeah, I think so.
For sure. Let's talk about Reaper now that his Wraith form reloads his shotguns. I really just think this is a survivability thing because Reaper and when we go over our character analysis of Reaper, he is a duelist,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
think this
He's
just
one of the scariest duelists.
I think that it just solidifies him as a true duelist when he can just reload when he Wraith forms.
Yeah. They'd
um,
get out of a sketchy scenario.
or push himself into one.
Or just push through. Yeah, definitely.
You can't gotta remember that Wraith form makes him invulnerable to literally everything except healing.
Literally everything.
So
Yeah.
I can kind of see it on attack. He runs
Yeah.
out
Oh
of
yeah.
ammo, dives in with the Wraith, and then because Reaver is probably the scariest character with if you're within 5 meters of him.
Yeah. Definitely.
So I think it was a
Um,
good
I was
improvement.
I was playing quick play the other day. I was bored, and I was like, okay, I'll pick Reaper.
Hmm.
And they had a Genji, right? And he was kind of wrecking us. And I was thinking, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to get back there and get like their soldier or their well, I think they had like a mercy or something. Go get them. Like, all right, screw this. I'm just gonna get the Genji. And the thing was, the Genji didn't stay far away from me. Now Genji has to be pretty close to be effective, but by staying close to me, he just ate my bullets pretty quickly. And normally, when he dashes through, like he gets through you pretty quickly, and like you have to turn all the way around. But then I would just wraith form and like fly away and reset, and then just keep fighting him. And I don't know, like I definitely see Reaper as that kind of guy that's kind of like the anti DPS. Like he can take out pretty much any other DPS in the enemy team's comp.
Absolutely. I mean, those Hellfire shotguns are just too good to not pass up.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about his counter. Well, not his counter, his brother, his opposite. 76 with the very, very slight nerf
Yeah, to his damage. I think it's fine. I don't think it's
from
not
20
gonna
to
be like
19 damage
yeah.
on the
It's not gonna
bullets.
be game changing. It's just them being really nitpicky, which is understandable.
Do you think they're just trying to lower his pick rate?
I think so. The problem is that I think his pick rate. If you look at the pro scene, you actually don't see him on attack that much, and there's good reason for it. But on defense, you see an attack a lot more because he just lasts a lot longer than other DPS. And I think that's the aspect. If they wanted to actually reduce his pick rate, that's what you want to go after. If they really want to. I think he's fine where he is. Maybe you reduce his damage a little bit more. Maybe this will turn out to be the spot where Soldier needs to be. But I don't know. I mean, unfortunately, at the lower ranks, you're just going to see a Soldier picked almost every game just because everybody thinks he's a must pick, and I don't. He really isn't.
He is
It's just
easily countered.
yeah, he's very easily countered. I mean, a Winston can take one out pretty quickly if he knows what he's doing. Um, and then it's just his survivability that makes him so good. So
Right.
unless they mess with that, which I don't think they should, because I think he's actually in a good spot. But I don't know. I think he's fine. I think the nerf is fine. I don't think it's gonna make or break the meta or anything. But he'll stay on defense definitely, but offense will be a different story.
People might at the higher levels sub out the 76 for Hanzo at the higher levels.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
But defensively,
Or
76's ultimate is way better, so
oh yeah,
just
definitely.
cleans up.
Yeah, and it can counter a couple of other ults as well.
Believe it or not, we've learned over the past 2 weeks that Attack Visor is really effective at shutting down a Genji blade.
Yep, just 100% counter because I mean
If he
either
has to,
the Genji just has to sit there and take it, or he has to deflect, and at that point he's wasting his ult.
and somebody else is going to come in and smack him.
Yeah.
So, Soldier nerfed a little bit just to lower his pick rate and probably bring light to more DPS characters. Which
Yeah.
is fine. Let's now that we've kind of covered all this, you ready to get into some speculation and some, going a little out with it?
Sure.
You seen the new map leaks?
The new what?
The new maps? Horizon?
Um.
The map on the moon?
Oh, I didn't see any like pictures. I've heard about it. Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, it supposedly is going to be considered a core map for Pro Scene too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's good. It's going to be pretty interesting to see what pulls
I'm
out
excited
in
to
there.
see what that would be.
And
What
then
that would look like.
and Jeff, good old Big Daddy Jeff, announcing that the next hero is going to be very soon. Do you think it's finally time?
I don't know. I sure hope so. I would love to see good old Doomfist. I'd love to see that. I'd love to get me some Terry Crews in my life. But I don't know. We'll see. I would love it. It wouldn't surprise me if he's not the next one. The next, since they're hinting towards a moon map, maybe it's a character that's related to that or something. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Um, but if it is Doomfist, yay. If it's not, I'm fine. Like Doomfist will probably be the one after that, so I'm fine with that.
Doomfist is coming, people. It's
Yeah,
just a
we
matter
know
of
we know
time.
he's coming. Yeah, exactly. He's gonna be sweet. It's gonna be great.
Do you think that Doomfist will change the meta again?
Maybe.
Just from your
I don't.
speculation.
I mean, it's hard. I mean, everybody's theory crafting and what he's gonna look like and what he's gonna be able to do. I don't know if he's gonna have the impact that Anna did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she brought in a whole new meta. Um, I don't think he's gonna do that. I don't think a DPS can really do that. Um, like a healer or a tank could. I mean, if we're going with the assumption that he's going to be a DPS, which I think it's pretty much confirmed that he is, at least speculatively. Um,
Yes.
yeah, so I think it will change some things, but I don't think it will change the totality of the meta. I think you're still going to see split comps. I think you're still going to see dive in certain scenarios. I don't think you're going to see much triple tank with the way that he will play because he sounds like he's going to be a brawler that can brawl in the middle of like
Yeah,
a
like
death ball.
a DPS that can brawl with tanks.
Yeah, so if that's the route they're going with, which would make sense with Doomfist, I mean, hell, he can level a skyscraper, so
He should be able
that
to
would make
fight a
sense for
tank.
him. Yeah, so in that case, maybe it's the triple tank killer. I don't know. Maybe Jeff finally figured it out. I don't know, but
Come on, Jeff.
you know, yeah, I think it'll be. It's gonna change some things, but it's not gonna. I think you're still gonna see like the kind of the triple DPS and the split comps that we see now.
Right. No, he's just going to be adding to that in a different way.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's finish this out. The World Cup is soon. It's much closer now.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Our teams are being picked as we speak.
Do we have any like rosters or anything?
Roster's not up yet. There's still the councils, I guess is what they're called,
Yeah.
are working out the details
Mm.
for who's going to be our six and the two. I think it's two subs as well.
Oh, okay.
So we'll have to see what happens with the World Cup, but it is going to start kicking off pretty soon. Do you think we'll have another Summer Games event along with the World Cup?
Um, I don't know.
I don't think so. I think it was a
I
one-time
wouldn't.
thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so either. Which is okay. This kind of annoys me. Do you think we're ever gonna be able to have a chance to get those skins that are currently locked out? Like, is that ever gonna be a thing? You don't
Nope.
think so?
Exclusivity makes people want to buy more.
I get that, but that's just frustrating.
Says the
Especially as somebody who,
libertarian.
well, okay, we're not gonna bring politics into this, but like, it's annoying because as somebody who didn't play in those events, you're like, oh, well, like, like you wish you could have, like, obviously I wish I could have been there, but I wish I could at least have a chance, you know what I'm
Right. There was
saying?
some buddies and I were talking about it. There's like going around the rumor mill through Twitter and whatnot that what they would do is like next event, because they're gonna release new skins, not bring back old ones. What they'll
hmm
do is they'll unlock the old skins for a ridiculously high coin price, like 4 or 5 thousand
Oh,
coins. But that makes sense though, because if you really want that skin that bad, you're gonna have to fork over the coins for it.
I guess, yeah.
Just
I don't
something to
know.
think about.
Yeah.
But Overwatch Contenders is now live. So that's a website you guys can check out, www.overwatchcontenders.com. It is basically the thing that's going to come out before Overwatch League, which if you guys don't know, Overwatch League is where amateurs compete to try to become pro. Um, Currently, right now for Overwatch League, if a pro team wants to join the league, there is another rumor going around that the buy-in is $20 million.
That's crazy.
That is an absolute absurdly high amount of money. I do not know what Blizzard is thinking with that. I hope the rumor isn't true. I don't think Big Daddy Jeff would want to say 20 million. I can understand 1 million
Yeah.
for a buy-in.
Because I mean that's gonna make ensure that the really serious teams are gonna get in there, not guys that just pulled some money together and tried to start a team or something
Right, we're talking about the pro teams that
like
have
the serious
sponsors
organizations.
who compete in the highest level, who compete in the tournaments around the world. But that kind of coincides with the Overwatch World Cup because those teams will need to be practicing. Because think of this like for Americans that are watching, and you don't really watch a lot of soccer. The World Cup for Overwatch is similar to the World Cup for soccer.
Yeah,
Each team, plays for their country, not for their team. So a lot
yeah,
of the pro teams get split up, and now they have to play together.
yeah,
So it'll be interesting this year. And we talked about it briefly. South Korea is gonna take it
yeah,
again, but I will say this, and I think China might be a serious contender this time around.
yeah.
The
Oh
reason I'm
yeah,
saying that
yeah,
because they're ranked number one in the skill rating. So
yeah,
it'll be.
yeah, definitely.
They're not playing a different version of the game, are they?
No,
Because I know they have censorship laws that kind of limit certain things, but they're not. I don't think they're playing a different version of the game.
I don't think so. I don't think anything on Overwatch would be censored or would have to be changed.
Yeah, I was just kind of like,
Not to my knowledge.
yeah, who knows? But they do have the highest skill rating in the world for a country, so
Yeah, maybe.
maybe if they gel enough, they could get 6 guys that could give South Korea a run for their money. I just don't want to see another shutout.
Yeah, like you want to see some competition.
Because the only real game that mattered that we all watched, of course, being American, kind of biased to this, but the USA versus South Korea was a way better game than the South Korea versus Russia game. I am sorry.
Yeah, yeah,
That was a way
you
better
are
match.
correct.
They took it into overtime so many times, but South Korea did ultimately pull it out.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else you want to add? You got any?
Well,
I liked what you mentioned last week. You brought in a little pro analysis. Was there anything you wanted to add?
I didn't really see anything like out of the ordinary in the pro scene. You're starting to see pharmacy fairly frequently.
It's just too
Um,
strong. I think it's going to be nerfed soon.
could be, could be. Um,
I mean, I don't mean to
but like,
interject here, but I'm seeing it on defense now.
yeah. Um, I don't know. From what I've seen, it's like this might just be me. I don't know. But when I ever play against a pharmacy, now obviously the pro scene is much different than the games that we play in.
Hmm.
However, when I'm playing against a pharmacy, there's especially when they're taking maybe like a Zen as their other healer, I'm starting to look at that team and I'm thinking they're kind of squishy right now. Their whole game plan is we're going to try to really lean on this pharmacy combo right here. And yeah, it's good and yeah, it's hard to hit, but even if you just, throw up a soldier that peppers the Mercy every now and then just to make sure that she's on her toes and then focuses down the other team, I don't know. Like, it seems like when you enter into a fight on the ground 4v6,
Hmm.
it seems like there's a little bit of it's basically like you're playing 4v6 with a little extra damage coming from above. Like, that's it.
Right.
As far as good, and she can definitely get a lot of elims, she can get a lot of kills, but if you focus down their other DPS, like I don't see Farah killing everybody on the other team. So if you're engaging into a team and they have a pharmacy and it's basically 4v6, if you can take out their other DPS, I mean if they're running it's a little different, but let's say they're running a standard 2-2-2, you take out their other DPS, there's a good chunk of their damage. You ignore the Farah. I know that sounds crazy, and then you focus down like their healers, and then either the Farah and the Mercy have to fly away, or they have to come down, and then which you fight them as well.
Right.
Especially
Or
on like
Mercy
control
leaves Farah.
maps. Yeah, like I think what's really strong about Pharmacy is the fact that it's so mobile. So like on a payload,
Hmm.
like that's a really good comp to run because they can get around all over the map. But on like a King of the Hill, like you have to fight on one area, especially on like Nepal, where the control maps are kind of like kind of like closed off. Um, I see King of the Hill maybe not being the best spot for pharmacy combos. But I mean, it's frustrating because in every single match somebody will run a pharmacy and then like somebody will run a soldier, like, okay, soldier, you got to kill the pharmacy, and the soldier's just like, this is impossible, like I can't kill the the Farah because she's being pocketed and the Mercy's flying away every 2 seconds and then I'm being beat to death. I don't know. In my opinion, team coordination and really being aggressive can beat the pharmacy combo, but I don't know. From what I've seen in the pros, it works a good amount of the time, but at the same time, it's kind of like it's really risky from what I've seen.
It seems like in the pro scene, and I do remember a YouTuber saying this. I was watching one of Stylosa from Unit Lost mentioned that Farah is not your hit scan's job.
Yeah,
Everybody's job is Farah. Is to try
yeah,
to take her out quickly. Because if she's not raining down rockets, she's literally useless. So,
hmm
even if she's just in total siege mode, just shooting from the back line, just take her. Everybody should focus her down. Diva fly up to her and shoot her in the face.
yeah. Take a
Winston,
diva, man.
Winston
Yeah,
jump at her. You know.
yeah. Just enough to negate her damage a little bit so that you can focus her down. And like your supports have to be on top of it. They have to be calling out. You really kind of need an Ana to help crowd control the other team. I've seen people take tracers just because they can stay right under the Pharah fairly quickly and they
Oh yeah,
can
that's what
blink
they're doing.
around. Yeah, they can blink around, which means the Pharah doesn't really have much to shoot at because she fires a rocket, the tracer sees it coming and blinks away.
Hmm.
So Reaper's not too good. I've killed Pharah as Reaper before, but like it's not the most ideal scenario. Zen, I think if you take a Zen and you Discord her, that might be your best shot. Getting that Discord on her and then just having people try to focus on her, or Discording the Mercy.
That
One or
could
the
work.
other.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my take, and I think that's what I've seen the pros do. They almost always take a Zen whenever they see a Fire Mercy combo. They just throw that
And they
Discorder over.
and they just beat it down real quick.
Yeah, they beat it down exactly.
Hmm.
Depending on the map, like if it's an unideal map, they might try to focus the team fight first. But if it's like a payload where you're gonna see a Fire Mercy combo, they really try to take out that Fire really quickly.
Yeah.
That's what I've seen at least.
Yeah, it's. I think it just in our league, everybody's just afraid of Farah right now, especially a good
Yeah.
one. And I don't mean to brag, but like I
Uh,
have Farah
what you gotta
down
do?
right
Yeah.
now, and I'm really proud of my Farah play. It's come a long way. I
Yeah.
think people just get scared of her because
Yeah.
she plays 3D and everybody else plays on the ground.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's all I can say. It's just a fear thing. They see the pharmacy combo and everybody's fuck. We
Well,
lost.
the other thing is people don't wanna change their comp. Like I can't tell you how many times we play 2CP. Now, yes, Symmetra is great at first point and hold 2CP. She is. But if they bring a Pharah, you need to drop the Symmetra. It's just not worth it. Maybe after you get your first teleporter, then you should drop her, because the Pharah, like, there's nothing the Symmetra can do. Yeah, she can throw the barrier up at her, but what good's that gonna do?
Hmm.
No Pharah is stupid enough to fly in range of the turrets, and so she's gonna get behind you, knock out your turrets out, and then you just lost all of your Symmetra value. So that's another thing I've noticed. People, especially 2CP, God, I hate that game mode. Don't get me started. People bring the Symmetra. I'm like, okay, this isn't too bad, but be careful if they have a Pharah. He's like, oh yeah, I know, and then he doesn't switch. I'm like, come on, like this is kind of obvious. You don't take a sim. You don't take a Junkrat if they have a Pharah. Junkrat can literally do nothing. Yes, I've seen it before. Junkrat has killed a Pharah. That's happened. You want to know how many Pharahs have killed Junkrats? Like, it's a little unbalanced.
Exactly.
Um, and just being able to be adaptable. And I've also seen people try to run Sombra against a Pharah, because if you can hack the Pharah, it's hard to do, but on certain maps it works. Like I was thinking of like Hanamura, because Sombra can get into that upper room pretty quickly. She has to be
Hmm.
careful, but she can get up there pretty quickly and get in range of the Pharah usually. Um, so maybe something like that. I don't know, but honestly, I see the Pharah and I'm more concerned about my teammates than the actual Pharah. Like, it's weird.
It is. You don't know how your teammates are gonna react to Farah when they see her rocket jump into the air, and
Yeah.
some of them just give up right then and there, and some of them are like, well, they look. Everybody points at the hit scan and be like, okay, hit scan, there's your job.
Yeah, it's like,
This is a team effort to take her down.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's maybe it deserves a little bit of a nerf. Maybe either Mercy or Pharah. I don't know. Um, yeah, maybe. But it's not. It's dominant, but it's flawed at the same time.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
One good Widowmaker shot and Farah's dead.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
thing is, she doesn't move that fast in the air.
She really doesn't. Like, she's a fairly easy target for a Widow. Like, I'd much rather be shooting afar. Yeah, she can move in all kinds of directions, but she moves slowly. And then
Hmm.
the Mercy floats. So it's like two easy targets for a Widow. Now, the Widow has to be good. And the
Right.
Widow has to not be seen, you
Hmm.
know?
Because
Um,
if she's seen by the Farah is going to just siege her position.
yeah. Like, the Widow can't be looking at the ground if they have a Pharah. She has to be looking at the Pharah only, so she'll know when she's been spotted or not.
Yeah.
So
Or else the rocket's going to hit her in the face.
exactly, and that's when Diva's really good because Diva can get in there and kind of save the Widow. I've seen people literally have a Diva standing next to the Widow, just putting her defense matrix on her
Yeah,
and
whenever
just
the
having
rockets
her.
come in.
Yeah, it's great. And then the other team will do like the same thing, but with the Pharah. The Pharah goes up and ults, and then the Diva goes up with her and puts the defense matrix on her. It's smart. I mean, it works.
It works.
That's what Diva's good at. But I mean, I don't know. I think it's beatable, but it is really, really good.
Yeah. I expect a nerf probably in the next 2 months.
Probably. Yeah.
Maybe a nerf not to her direct damage, but maybe to her splash damage.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because it's extremely hard to hit somebody directly. Like that's a slow moving projectile, but it's the splash damage that really does a lot of the damage to
It sets
contribute
up
to an
kills. Sets up
Yeah,
kills.
exactly. Like you get somebody to half, and then you have a tracer run in there and finish them off.
Yep. So, was there anything else you wanted to add for this podcast for this
I
week?
wanted. I was okay. So I'm kind of confused with the Overwatch League.
Hmm.
So it's just, are they doing like a draft like format, or is it like teams are just buying into the league?
The pro teams have to buy in.
Okay, because I thought they were like doing like
Amateurs compete, and as they climb up the ladders and whatnot, then there's like a big giant tournament, and then the winners of the tournament take on. This is me just guessing because they haven't released this information. I
yeah,
assume there's one huge round robin tournament with teams, and then the teams kind of like change and build more and more until they get like solid comps and groups playing together.
yeah.
And then they probably try to do exhibition matches against pro teams, and maybe somebody picks up these players and they go pro. Because I
Okay,
won't lie, there's some really good top 500 players that are not on teams.
yeah. I mean, some of them just don't want to.
Some
Some of
just
them are
play.
fine with just playing. Yeah.
They're really good, and they
Um.
probably could be pro because they play against the top. All right, for those of you that don't understand this, who are like in Gold League like us, um, Grandmaster, and then there's top 500. A lot of pro players do not play enough to be in the top 500. Like,
Yeah, they
it's
play so many like
tournament.
scrim matches that don't,
Yeah.
they don't contribute to ranking.
So a lot of them are just in Master and Grandmaster. But the top 500
Yeah,
players are basically the players these guys play against so that they can have games, or else it just wouldn't be fair, because a pro player can probably wipe the floor with a Master or a
yeah,
Grandmaster. Top 500 are basically amateurs that can contend with pros.
yeah.
So there's 500 in every region, and I firmly believe that if you're in top 500, you're probably good enough to go pro.
Probably. I mean, maybe like from rank 500 to 480, maybe not. Those positions that are constantly changing.
Right.
But those guys that are pretty solid in their ranking as a top 500 player,
Say
yeah,
top
I would
100
say
are
so.
probably.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it depends. There's always a bunch that go in and out of the ranking.
And granted, there are a
But
lot that do play pro in
yeah,
the top
and there's
500.
Smurfs and stuff too. Like
Hmm.
people have multiple in the top 500. I don't think that's like a majority, but yeah, I think you're probably right.
So the league will be interesting to see because it's supposed to just change a lot of stuff. But
Yeah.
apparently it is very complicated, and it's going to take Blizzard a long time. So Contenders is going to be coming out now or soon to probably test the water.
Right. So okay. So but the official Overwatch League,
Hmm.
that's just going to be like teams pay to be part of the league.
Pro teams pay.
Okay. Okay.
Amateur
Because I was
teams do not, I don't
okay.
think.
Yeah, because I was confused at the way they were talking about it. It sounded like they were going to split up a bunch of the teams, like force them to like split up, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense. But if it's just like a pay to get into the league, that makes sense.
Right. If they want to do like, I guess in a sense, it's like they buy in to like try to find good players,
Yeah, yeah,
enhance their team scores. Like, the old commercial they had for the league, right? Where that Crusher 99 guy like is playing in the tournament, he like rises all the way up, and then he gets put on a
yeah,
team, and then that team goes on to win and stuff like that, and becomes a pro team.
yeah,
So it's a good idea. It's just there's gonna be a lot of complications with it that Blizzard really needs to take the time to do it, because if this is
yeah.
successful, I think this changes esports forever.
Yeah, like you because Blizzard has the resources to really put in. I mean, it could maybe not rival, but it could really compete with the League of Legends league. 'Cause, I mean,
Hmm.
those are full-time players. Like
Yeah.
those guys make their living off of it. It's not like pro players now in like Overwatch. If you're the bet like, for North America, like obviously in South Korea it's a little different, but in North America, if you're on a pro team, like you're kind of living, at a nice
They
apartment
have to
and you're
stream.
eating. Yeah, and usually a lot of your money comes from streaming too. Now you get paid to be on the team as well, but like it's not the most glorious paycheck, mainly because there's just not a lot of money to go around. A lot of the tournaments there are big tournaments, but unless you're winning every single tournament, like the money's kind of thin. So I think Blizzard has a really unique opportunity because Blizzard has an insane amount of capital.
Hmm.
They have
With
a
Activision
really
too.
yeah, like they have such a good opportunity to really maybe say like, hey, this is we can set up a season, we can set up a preseason, we can set up a postseason, we can set up an end of tournament playoff, we can make national champions, we can do world champions, we can do all these kinds of things to make to make this game, to make esports in general a phenomenon, a thing to be recognized. Obviously League of Legends is huge. League of Legends started the momentum for it, and I think it's going to take companies like Blizzard, with the help of Activision and other companies and sponsorships and products and other organizations and communities to really keep this going. And I think the gamer community really wants it because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love watching streamers, but if I could tune in to, if I know like I have my favorite team is playing 2 games this week and I can tune in and watch, that's great.
Hmm.
Um,
Who is your
no,
favorite pro team, by the way?
Denial
Regardless.
Esports. Well, actually,
Really?
no. They changed. Okay, I'm confused. They changed some shit on me. Because the only reason why I like Denial is because XQC, he's a Winston main. He's the number one Winston. I really like him because I like Winston. So I
Hmm.
just watched him. I just watched him for that. I like Rogue just because they're good. I really like Luminosity Loyal, LG Loyal because they run dive a lot, so I like to watch that. Those are my favorite. But Denial like changed up their team. I think they got bought out by somebody. I'm
Hmm.
not completely certain. Don't quote me on that, but there's something going on there. But they're my favorite just because of XQC.
Gotcha. You're a big fan.
I like him. It was funny the other day. He got so much shit from his team because he got stuck with a tracer bomb, and he I think he was at full health. So Winston can survive a tracer bomb, but
Hmm.
obviously you don't want any of your team to get hit
Didn't he
by it.
jump in the air and kill people?
He jumped in the air and he killed his Fire Mercy combo.
Oh no.
And ZZA Pizza, he's their Pharah, and he's insanely good at Pharah, and their Mercies works really well with him. So that the Pharah Mercy combo is like their bread and butter. XUC jumps up and kills, and he's just in the chat like, well, fuck me. He's like, well, all right, guys. Guess I'm gonna have to look for a new team now.
Wasn't that on Dorado? I think I saw that clip.
That was Dorado. It was so fucking hilarious. I was like, oh man, because you, it's the funniest thing because that's the smart play.
Hmm.
That's that you jump up in the air and you just get the hell away from everybody.
Take the bomb, take the hit, and land.
Yeah,
And he killed
but
his followers.
he kills his fire mercy. That's just not communication and
Yeah.
just bad wherewithal as a tank. And I
Even
think
at
he
the pro
recognized
scene.
that. Even at the pro scene, they make mistakes.
So
I just thought that was hilarious.
that was
But yeah,
pretty funny. That's cool. It's interesting. I didn't know you had a favorite pro team.
yeah, I watch them when I can. They made it to like the semifinals of that Alienware monthly melee or something.
Oh, good for them.
I think they lost to Rogue or Selfless,
God, I do
which
like
makes sense.
Selfless. I like Selfless a lot.
They're
Rogue
good.
is good, but Selfless, they create things. They change it up.
They exactly. You're right. They change. They try new things. I like that.
They were the ones that implemented the Bastion on attack when the buffs came out
Yeah.
and created the El Presidente comp.
Yeah, it was
That
pretty
was that
great.
was the funny. I remember reading one of their Reddit forum posts. They're like, "This is how you play the El Presidente comp," and it's just they're all just standing around the bastion. It was
Yep.
that good laughs. I like Selfless a lot.
Yeah, they're
So,
cool.
yeah, I think that'll do it. Do you have anything else to add?
That's it for me.
All right, guys. Well, if you've tuned in this long, good for you. Otherwise, thank you so much for listening in to us. We'll be back again next Friday with more updates and stuff going on in the leagues. You guys have a great night. Good luck in your matches over the weekend. See ya.
Bye.